There's nothing like warm apples on a nice fall day. So let's make some applesauce coffee cake.
There you go.
For our applesauce coffee cake, the first thing we're going to do is make the streusel topping. We are going to have 1 cup of brown sugar, 2/3 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of finely chopped nuts. These are actually peanuts. You could use walnuts, pecans, whatever you prefer. And some cinnamon, a teaspoon of cinnamon. Applesauce we're going to save for later. And some butter. Now what I'm doing for my applesauce coffee cake is I'm actually putting them in muffin tins. You could use a 13x9 pan. You could also cut this recipe in half and you could put it in an 8x8 pan instead. So whatever you prefer, whatever size group you're making it for. I like the muffin tins because then they're easier to grab and go, to share with other people. You don't have to worry about cutting them, plates, forks, and all that other kind of stuff. So first we're going to take our butter. And our flour, 2/3 cup of flour. And we're just going to use a pastry cutter and cut that up, or a fork. You could do either. So once you have that done, we're going to take the rest of our ingredients. A cup of brown sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I use Ceylon cinnamon. You can use any kind of cinnamon you want, but Ceylon is actually true cinnamon, so that's what I use. The 1/2 cup of nuts. So once we have those ingredients in, we're just going to mix these a little bit more. So we have a nice crumble topping. Okay, and then we're going to set that aside. But we need our pastry nice still. To me, the apples with the peanuts give it a really nice, like peanut buttery apple smell. Oh, it smells really good. So put that on the side for now. So now we have our flour for our coffee cake. We have 2 2/3 cup of flour. I have a cup of butter, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the topping, the streusel topping. We're going to use our pastry cutter and cut that in a little bit. I should also say I have the oven preheating to 375. Once we get this all cut in, the butter, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. That's good. Put that off to the side. We have a cup of brown sugar. We're going to get that in there. We have 2 teaspoons of baking powder and baking soda. So 2 of the powder. And 2 of the soda, baking soda. We have a teaspoon of salt. A teaspoon of cinnamon. So we're going to get that all mixed up. Oh, and then we have our eggs. We have our 4 eggs. We're going to mix this all up. And our buttermilk, and we're going to have 2/3 cup of buttermilk. So get this all mixed together. Then we're going to add our applesauce. Once we got this all nice and mixed up, we're going to add our applesauce last. And it's 2 cups of applesauce, but this is probably a little bit more than that, and I got to get a smaller spoon. It might be about 2.5 cups. This was some homemade applesauce I had made, and I'm just going to use the whole jar for it. So we'll get this mixed in there, and then we're going to put it right into our muffin tins. Smells good. Cinnamon apples on a nice fall day. Something about it. Don't know what it is. So now we'll take our muffin tins. And we're just gonna drop some in each tin. Try not to overload it too much. Oop. I sometimes get a little messy. Try to make them even. That'll help the baking process. Oh, this smells good. To our next pan. Oops, like that. Then we're gonna take our streusel topping and just put a little bit, spoon a little bit over the top of each one of the muffins. About a tablespoon or so. Then we're gonna throw these in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. We'll check them after 20 and see how they're doing. If you were doing a 13 by 9 pan, you'd bake it for about 30 minutes. So let's get these in the oven and we'll pull them out and see what they look like. So we have our muffins out of the oven. Want you to see what they look like. They look really good. They're still steaming warm. We'll crack into one so you can see the inside of it. They look really moist. I'd try one, but I'm gonna burn my tongue, I think, on this right now. So we'll give it a couple minutes. I really hope you guys enjoyed this recipe today. Great fall recipe, apple cinnamon, gotta love it. Please like and subscribe down below, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks.